IBM is known for innovations. The innovation words, if you have heard about innovation, I think nowadays we hear a lot about a word called innovation. So initially, this is the word which was actually introduced at IBM because IBM believes into cutting edge technology. And today, if you see IBM, you can find these servers. Basically, when you connect with the banks or when you do the railway reservations or you do the airline reservations, all these things at the back end, we have IBM servers running applications on that, and the entire thing gets connected there. So today also the servers not only running the applications, they are also running the cloud. I think this is the it's become a common word nowadays that everything what we do, most of the things are actually run on the cloud. So as you see in the in this chart, IBM also believes in the cutting edge technology. So we have around $6 billion we spend on the R&D in the different areas. Like you'll have Watson, you'll have AI based things, you'll have data science, cloud. All those things are actually worked upon. And IBM is one of the organizations for last 28 years. IBM is leading in terms of the number of patents which are registered. As you know, whenever we come with a new invention, there is a requirement for us to actually register that patent. And then that patent is actually confirmed or then accepted, and that becomes on your name. So IBM is one of the leading organization. Actually, I could say there are like one or two organizations which are actually consistent in terms of doing this. So IBM is one of them, right? For last 28 years, we are number one in releasing the patents every year. Next slide, Suti. Hello. So you will actually you'll have a question in your mind that what IBM is doing in academia. So innovation is something which is actually possible only when actually you go to the universities, work along with the students, PhD students, and come up with the new technologies. Because when you talk about the technologies, it can be from the application perspective, it could be from the chip making or the new innovations in the storage technology, server technology. All those things are there. So IBM's association is actually started in 1944. So we are talking about almost 77 years from now, right? And the first joint venture which happened was with Harvard University. And let me tell you, the computer science, this the word which was there actually has started from there, and that journey has now started. And there are so many different programs which IBM has been doing along with the different universities, and you can see the entire journey in terms of how IBM has actually over a period of time tying up with the different universities, different projects we have been doing. So coming back to the program which we are looking at today in India, this program of the education, basically the ICE, what we call our Innovation Center for Education, this program started in India in 2010. So we are talking about 11 years back, where there was a need. Actually, there is a need right now. Also, is basically students when they learn their subjects in their engineering or academia, we probably need to actually give them the training or teach them something which is more adaptable in the industry. Like for example, you learn something, you also have a practical exposure in your learning stage itself, and you become more of a you are actually get the implementation skill, right? So application skill, because when you go to the industry always wanted the trained personnel when they try to recruit people. And looking at that, this particular concept had come where IBM actually come up with this particular curricula where they said that we'll have the technical things which like you will teach around 60%, 70% in the class, but we'll also have the labs which are based on the real life experience. Basically, you'll try to implement certain things hands on. So what happens is that you get that complete applied skills which are requested by the industry, and also from the understanding the concepts, it becomes very clear. So this is the journey which we have started in 2010, and over a period of time, now in 2011, we are around, we are tied up with 27 universities across India. We also need to add one more, university in Malaysia, and we have around, currently we have around 7,000 students registered with us, and more than 5,000 students who have already passed out. Right. Next one. Shruti. So you can see here the in summary that how this has been conducted. Like, you have more than 73 years. We have 40,000 classes held annually. Like, if I look at the education academia perspective, okay, we have so many trainings happening across the globe, and we have also, which I'll come later on actually in terms of the projects. We also do some projects for the students which are actually meant for worldwide students. So you'll also get that exposure. You work with them, you understand what different kind of projects are done by others, and you can also take a clue from that, and then you can actually work on doing that. So different types of certificates have been already IBM has been issuing. Okay, so this is what we are doing actually to see that they are technically sound. They're able to actually implement that technology. Okay, next slide, Ashwati. So basic principle about ICE is actually impart the required training. Okay, which we actually see that what will be the trend in the future, how we are going to really grow, what are the basic things which are expected in coming times, and then prepare the young generations, right? You're gonna in there during their graduation course, you impart that training so that they also have applied skills and they are absolutely industry ready. So this is how it has been done. Now let me tell you one more thing. You would have heard about NEP, that is new education policy, which is coming now in India, right? And just I think been discussed for last 1.5, 2 years. But if you look at the policy, what they are implementing, this has been conceptualized and implemented by ICE actually almost 10 years back. So we started this program. We already had this, those steps, policies which have been defined to give those edge, the technology edge to the students who are actually doing this kind of exposure, so that when they go to the industry, they have the applied skills and they are ready to actually start the work on the day one. They don't require, the basic technical trainings to be given to start the work. So that's the advantage you have. Next, next slide, please. Yeah. Yeah. So today, if you see, in 2020, this snapshot was taken that in a minute, what exactly goes upon the internet, and all of us are part of this actually, because we would be there in one of this, part of it actually. Either we would be doing the updating, looking at the Insta, looking at the WhatsApp messages. But you look at what happens, what is happening actually in the world, and how internet has become very integrated part of us in terms of communication, in terms of business, in terms of our life. Actually, day-to-day life, if you see, probably I can say out of our 24 hours, we are connected almost for 16 to 17 hours. Somewhere or the other, we are connected through the internet. Okay. Next, Ashwati. So these are the different courses which are actually today offered by ICE. Out of this, today I think we have taken a decision to go ahead with AIML and data science at LR Tiwari, looking at the current scenario. Okay, and we would be doing data science and AIML to start with, and maybe as the time goes by, probably we'll look at the other options at LR Tiwari. I should say next one. So how this has been delivered, and what is the advantage of this? With our industry experience, we have our subject matter experts. We call it as SME in short. We have SMEs who continuously keep on looking at the way the industry is growing, what is the trend in the industry, and they are the ones also look at the current, the education material we have, and we look at that every 1 year. We look at that and we try to enhance that. So we are able to give the state of the art education to the students. And I'll come to the well-planned teaching methodology. We have a complete slide on that. The basic thing which actually gives this together gives the enhanced employability. Now, I would say enhanced employability is like always, you always have this in your mind that when we do the course, okay, what will be the outcome? Because where I'll get the job, how I'm going to do it. My experience here is that actually, it's more than the job. Basically, you get the satisfaction, technical satisfaction in terms of what you're learning. And what I found, let me tell you, there are certain students who have actually taken up the projects. They have started they have startups where they have learned the technology and they are actually implemented this technology, and they have gone back to their universities, okay, wherever they learned from, and they are working with the third year students, fourth year students, and they are implementing projects jointly, and they have done the projects for the government also. So this is the biggest advantage you have when you have these applied skills, and it is coming from the industry which is actually working day to day, in terms of the current trends and what is required in the industry. Okay, next slide. Now, how this has been delivered, right? So what happens is that when we actually discuss with the LR Tiwari management and all the technical advisors and the other interested people, okay, uh, it was decided that we want to offer this particular thing, which is a cutting edge, education, which could actually enhance the students' capability, or they will actually make them stronger and competitive based compared to the other students, right? And then we have come to the agreement that yes, we will roll out this particular program in the LRT1. Then the experts, the SMEs from IBM, the technical advisors from the LRT, they'll sit together. They'll go through the curriculum workshop. Actually, during the curriculum workshop, what happens is that there is a view. We take a review of exactly what the students are doing right now, and what is the cutting edge currently subjects which are there. If we add on those subjects to your existing things, how they will enhance your skills, and they'll enhance your capability to actually do the things actually professional. When you enter in the professional world, these skills are going to be helpful to you, right? You'll be more confident and you will have the more applied skills. Post this workshop is conducted, then there is something called as teach the teacher. Now, now in like last 1.5 years, because of pandemic, we are not able to do this in person. But what we actually do is that the SME travels to the campus. SME actually then trains the teachers, and after the training is conducted, then there is also exam has been conducted for the teachers. And IBM actually emphasizes more on the teachers to attend this classes. 90% of the attendance is compulsory, and they have to score minimum 65% marks to get qualified to actually deliver the training. And these teachers over the semester actually they will schedule it and they'll actually deliver this training to you. And where IBM gets connected to you during this semester is when the 30% of the curriculum is completed, the SME who have actually taken the training for the teachers will actually do the direct communication with you. Whenever it is possible in future, we'll have them travel to your campus. They will actually have one-on-one with you in terms of revising the entire thing which has been taught and give you the industrial aspect for that particular subject. And this is done twice in the semester, when we complete around 30 to 35% of the course and when we complete around 90%. Also, during this tenure, we'll also have webinars where you will have some updated things where references would be given to the applied aspect of it in the industry perspective from that subject. Plus, we'll be giving you the hard copies which will be available to you in the library for your reference. And those students who register with IBM will be also given access to LMS, which is called Learning Management System, where you can go and refer to the ebooks there, the flip books which are available there. You can do study yourself, and there will be additional reference material always available there. Other than that, what we will be doing is that when you join this program, you will be given the student kit, which is basically a IBM T-shirt, which probably you can decide that you can wear it on one particular day when you come to the college. And the other activities which we will be doing, since yours is a 2-year program, we'll be doing something called as Ice Day. In Ice Day, what we do is that in the first year, we'll be doing the we'll be doing the poster competition where you have to just present a poster on the particular topic subject which has been given to you. We'll be choosing the first three winners and we'll be giving them the medals. And for the second year students, we'll have something called as technical paper. But in your case, the technical paper will be also very similar to the project. Now, the program which has been chosen in LR Tiwari is actually a diploma. Basically, you do one subject in each semester and do it for 4 semesters. So you have 4 subjects and one project. So this project you will be doing along with the IBM SMEs. There will be a mentor who will guide you time to time to complete that project, right? And probably I think the advantage what you have in the third year students have is that you can actually take the same project as your final project for your engineering also, right? Because when you are in the fourth year, this will actually coincide with your fourth year also. So you can probably think of doing that. So this is the curriculum which has been devised. Now coming to the data science as a subject, if you see, the data science becomes the basis of the entire technology. Actually, today, if you see, everything is based on data, right? Now, for the EXTC students, how data science is going to help them? Look at the projects which are based on IoT. IoT is completely depend upon the sensors, all the other things which are there, all electronics. So if you combine that with the data science, you are actually that's the project which probably would you would like to do, right? Because IoT also uses is the combination of data science and electronics together. So you have so many different examples in the day-to-day life. Like you have the signal systems, you have the water supply, right? Because the signal system is basically, as you know, when we throughout the day, the signal varies, right? The traffic varies at given point of a signal. So using the electronics, the IoT, right, we can actually set it up in such a way that looking at the number of vehicles, the timing of the signal will change because otherwise it is pre-programmed. If you go to the any when you travel, actually you can see the signal is actually pre-programmed. If you just go on, you can see the counter there, like you see 60 seconds and then it goes to the next, and you'll have to wait because if you miss that signal, you have to wait. But using electronics, using data science and electronics together, you can come up with the IoT concept where you can actually decide that based upon the the traffic, actually, you can vary that timing. This is the advantage you have when you learn this technology and jointly you do along with the electronics. So there are various other examples also which you can actually do that, which is like combination of electronics students using the data science. Even that, I think you can use it for robotics also, right? You can do that also. Next slide. So this is more on the artificial intelligence that basically when you want to do the data crunching on a bigger scale, right? How you need to actually the AIML actually helps us in doing that data crunching, and basically if you want to take a certain scenario, you want to just predefine and you want to do things, it can be done with the AIML. So today, if you see, even the mobile manufacturers are advancing, advertising that there is a AI, right? So you can see that how AI and data science has become part of our life. So today, with the amalgamation of electronics together, it can actually it is going to become part of our day-to-day life, and it can be implemented. Like you can see the security system in the in any given campus, or you can actually set up the the attendance system where you have the biometry and it gets connected to your cloud, and it can actually give you a report that how many students have attended. All those things can be done, or whatever data you are looking at, right? So that is how it can be utilized in terms of the electronics, the IML, and data science together. Next slide, Ashiti. Next. So coming back to this, once you complete your diploma, this is basically a typical example of a graduate course, which is actually over a period of 4 years. But in your case, is diploma, where you will be given a digital badge. Now, what happens is that we have a trend where we normally give a certificate after the completion of the course, which is a hard copy. But what happens at IBM is that once you complete this particular course, you will be given a digital badge. Now, what is digital badge? Digital badge is something which you can carry with yourself every time, right? You can actually post it in the social media. You can put it in your signature, in your mail. And the advantage you have here is that whosoever actually wants to refer, he or she just clicks on that particular badge. It gets connected to the IBM server, which is actually centrally located in New York, and actually it gives you the entire information about what the course has been you have gone through, basically which are the different subjects. So in case of LR Tiwari, if I take any one particular student, then it will talk about the 4 subjects and the projects what has been done. The person actually looking at the badge details comes to know that what skills you have acquired. So it becomes the advantage for you that the person looks at the skills and then actually says that yes, I want to go ahead with you. So that's the advantage of the digital badge. Here, what the example what you have given is the graduate. In case of LR Tiwari, you'll get as a diploma where it will list the 4 subjects below and the project which has been you have completed. Ashur, the next one. So these are the different projects what we do, depending upon the interest of the student, depending upon the stream what you're looking at. So you can look at, you also have electronics here. We can combine that with the IoT, right? We can do that because there is so much of possibility there. We can also look at the energy and utilities. We can actually work on that. We also have so many different options you have, right? So there is a wide variety of projects which are available, and we will be doing it almost like a live kind of a situation where you actually do the programming, you do the implementation of that particular concept, and you try to come out with the results. Next. So these are the different knowledge centers we have. So one more advantage you have here is that apart from the things which you do at campus, as I told you earlier, IBM Ice Day, where we'll be doing the poster competition and we'll be doing the technical paper or the project kind of a work. But also in the second year, okay, we have something called as IBM call for code challenge, which was done in COVID-19 during that time also. And there are thousands of students who have joined that particular program across the world. So you get that opportunity. You can join that particular thing challenge, and you can be one of the winners. Actually, that's the kind of exposure you will get, and you have access to all the different kind of projects what have been implemented. So you are aware that you know exactly what is happening right now, what is the trend, and that gives you complete references that can guide you. And we have also seen that when students actually go for certain projects, these are actually evaluated by the IBM SMEs. We have a pool of SMEs where we also have some of the IBM SMEs who are actually working in the R&D, and they're working in the innovation. And recently we have also seen that in the past also it has happened that when they look at students' project, they sometimes pick up those projects and they request actually students to work for the internship with IBM for at least 3 to 4 months kind of a thing. So that's also opportunity we have, right? Okay. So this is the exposure which actually gives you the entire view about what is happening, and actually this can be a takeoff. Basically, the sky is the limit for you. This can become a platform where you actually take off from here and actually you just grow. Yeah. So these are the basically the advantage you have, which I have discussed actually. I don't want to talk about the salaries and all this because this varies from organization to organization. But I can tell you, with this kind of a exposure and this process with what you have, you will have the applied skills. Basically, you will know what you're learning. You will be able to apply that, and you will be industry ready. So you will be definitely 6 months to 1 year ahead of your other counterparts who are not gone through this, because of this will be the advantage to you. And whenever we get whenever we get the opportunity, you can also connect with these SMEs if you want any additional guidance. They will be ready to give you this example. And our education is outcome basis, right? Basically, we want the whatever has been taught to the students, they are able to implement. That is the basic purpose. I think the rest of things I already covered. Today we have around 16 different specializations which we are offering, but the top two which are preferred right now in the industry are actually AIML and data science, which we are which is already there in LR Tiwari. I think we are starting with data science right now, and slowly we'll move towards the other specializations. So you have this basically the typical thing which is happening for the BTech, but I would say uh, replace that with the BTech with your diploma course. The rest of the things will remain the same actually, right? So once you have this digital batch and once you have this applied skills, there will be more and more organizations visiting your campus or will be interested in you, because applied skills is something which is looked upon by the entire industry. They're looking at the skills ready graduates. So that's the biggest advantage you have. You can see the organizations which has actually been hiring the students in the last row, and these are the two books which have been written by the students who have been doing this course. Actually, they have written these books jointly along with the other experts when they were actually going through this course. They have completed the course after that, and these books are, I think, available on Amazon. So that's the strength of this particular course. Next, so we call these students, as you know, IBM logo is actually blue, and we call these students as blue tigers. And you have some of the examples here where you can see how they are placed, right? I can give you the example of Chaitanya Agrawal. Okay, he had offer from IBM in the services portfolio, and he had offer from Dell. Now he actually came to one of our, I can say, founder member, actually Hari sir, and he asked him, sir, what I should do? I have offer from IBM. I also have offer from Dell. So Hari told him that, see, look at the interest what you have, and he said, I am interested in actually going to the R&D. And let me tell you, we have mentioned here that he has got three patents, because this slide is probably little earlier. But now I got to know recently that he has one more patent also registered in his name, and he is doing very well in Dell. So similarly, you have different examples here, right? And there are some students who have actually completed the course. They have gone to US, completed MS, and they are now one of this student is also now part of the NASA. So this is the exposure you will get, and the sky is the limit. I would tell you, because this cutting edge technology which you are getting exposed to, that opens up the entire thing. And these are the typical photographs which you have from the campus activities. What you do, the Ice Day and other summer. I think for BTech students we do also the summer trainings also. We do that. But these are typical photos. Probably, I think next time when we present, probably we'll have the LR Tiwari in the background also, right? So overall, this is the brief about the IBM program. Uh, I just leave it here. I am done with this. Actually, I open up for the questions if you have any.
Thank you so much, Ram sir. So just to summarize, I would like to say that this IBM course is very unique that your college and IBM have collaborated to give you guys. Now, as probably as an EXTC student, you may say that why data science and why AI/ML. So Ram sir has already addressed that, saying that the future is data science and AI/ML, no matter which stream you're coming from. Okay, so basically, in fact, I feel people outside CS and IT, such as EXTC, Civil, Mechanics, and all these people are at a higher advantage because they not only do they have the domain knowledge, in your case it would be electronics, but they will also have the knowledge of data science or AI/ML depending on the course that you take. So that will make you stand out in the job market eventually at the end of your education. And these days, what happens is after engineering, you just end up getting an L1 job or some basic job which is nothing related to your interest, or even the package, the pay is not good. So if you pursue this particular course, at the end, you will have so much knowledge that you can practically apply for any job and get that job. And also, other than the course like data science or AI/ML, you will be given you will be, your IBM ID will be generated. In this, through this IBM ID, you will be able to access another 150 courses, which will be free of cost, on addition to your already subjects that you will be studying in your college. So this is no extra effort. This course goes along with your education. It's not like you have to remove a different amount of time for this particular course. And another thing that I would like to emphasize is your college, LR Tiwari, has given this course at the least possible price that is in the market right now, which is a mere of 36,000 per year. If you go outside, like if you take online courses or some classes you may join, you end up giving almost 5,000 per month. So if you take that for an entire year, it ends up being at 60,000. Whereas your college and IBM is providing more than just classes. It's providing you exposure to industry. It's providing you projects, live projects, which are actually being worked on in the industry. They're giving you competitions. They're giving you a chance to connect to people, not just in your school, but even abroad and pan India. So it's a very huge program. As Sir said, sky is the limit. Anything that you can do, you have mentors from IBM, from the industry, who will help you out throughout. Any other questions that anyone may have? regarding the course or anything? If you don't feel free speaking, you can even put it in the chat.
Students, if you are interested or you are having any doubts, you can ask. And also in our college, myself, Samita Bhandari from Electronics branch, and your Umesh sir from EXTC, we are counselor for these IBM courses. So you can further contact to me also. Shruti ma'am, you can write your cell number in chat box. So those who are interested can contact you.
Okay, I will just put my WhatsApp number and my cell number on the uh, chat box. Please feel free to contact.
Hello?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ashruti ma'am.
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Zainab ma'am. You
Thank
can
you. Thank you,
Thank
continue
you,
now.
everybody.
ma'am.
Thank you. All the best.
Yeah,
All the best.
So we are leaving, ma'am. You can continue. Okay.
yeah, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, B division students, you can also leave and join the meet link of Swapna, ma'am. Hardly 8 minutes are left, but it's still, at least if you want to join, ask your Swapna, ma'am, and you join that particular link. Okay, I don't think so. I will be able to conduct the lecture right now because hardly only 7 minutes are left right now. But I just want to, means regarding the session which you had today, myself, I'm pursuing my PhD in data science only because right now data science, IoT, artificial intelligence, or you can say the machine learning, these things are in very high demand right now. And definitely when we are having the IoT, sometimes we will be having the one more thing is there, that is the internet. Means IoT is nothing but the internet of things, and we are having one more concept coming up regarding with the IoT also, because we are having many sensors, we are having many applications which are based on IoT. So those who are capable to join this particular program, you can go ahead and then you can join. But I know the issue will be with the, I think with the fees, so that you can contact the respective coordinators of the counselors, and in whatever way you can pay the fee, you can do it. So those who are interested, please go ahead if you really want to pursue, because when we talk about the data science, it's a very huge, what we can say, it's a very large field, and there are many opportunities coming up in data science. Okay, we have data scientists, we are having, we have data instructors are there, because data managers are there, those who are managing over, because we have everything. If you just talk about it, just take the example of this COVID pandemic. Okay, if you talk about the pandemic, whatever the data we are having, it's a very huge data. So definitely we need the data scientists to manage the data, to generate the outputs, to generate the results, whatever the result is being led, whether it's a fatality, whether it's the recovering rate, whatever is requirement is there, we need the data science over there, we need the data scientists and the data managers over there. So you just think about it, and those who are capable to pay the fees, my suggestion will be, you please, all of you, just take up the course and start doing it. Okay, so all of you can leave now. Tomorrow again we will meet and we will just conduct the lecture tomorrow.